Today I am here with an interesting Chickering, roughly 5'2" piano from 1936, and so I thought I'd do a video on it because it's kind of interesting in a few different ways. I've seen some large Chickerings that rebuilders have done some wonderful things with, and so Chickerings are actually quite nice pianos. They were made in Boston. It says on the harp they were founded in 1823, and of course the company is long gone, but you'll see their pianos sitting around in piano stores and stuff, and they're often very, very nice. So today I'm here with this little tiny 5-foot piano, and it's kind of cute because everything about it is smaller. It's just, of course, it's very short, and if you look at the casters even, they're unusually small to me. They just, especially, they're just so tiny and little, and I don't know why, but they just seem really cute to me. And even the piano as a whole, it's not even as tall as a modern piano. To my left here, I've got some kind of a new Yamaha, and as you can see, the top of the lid on this is much shorter than the top of the lid on this new Yamaha. So I guess pianos have gotten taller over the ages, and this one here is very, very small, and it's really cute. And so if we walk around front here, we can see their very fancy Chickering logo here, and that's pretty nice. It says established 1823, Boston, USA, like I said before. And of course, since this was from 1936, of course it has ivory key tops. Ivories are wonderful for pianists. Your fingers really stick to them and they help absorb sweat. So anytime I'm looking at a used piano, I'm always happy when it has ivory keys. And another interesting thing about this piano from a pure design aspect is this interesting design they have running along the front here. It's also on the back of the piano as well. And I've never seen that before. It almost kind of looks, it reminds me of ancient Egypt for some reason. I don't know why, maybe it doesn't, but it's just a very interesting design. I've never seen that ever before in a piano, and so I thought that was kind of neat. So here is that design that I was talking about. I didn't even notice, but it continues all the way around the side of the piano as well. It doesn't go down the curved end of the piano, but it goes all the way around here, and it actually continues underneath here as well. So it continues underneath here, and it does the same thing on the other side of the piano too, where it curves around underneath. It's not all the way under here, but it actually wraps around and underneath the piano where nobody would ever see it. So it's kind of an interesting detail that they decided to put that little decorative trim piece on there. I don't really know why they did. They didn't have to, but they did, and so that's kind of cool. So here we are at the back of the piano, just to show you the little details that they went through. Again, hardly anyone would ever look back here, but yet here's this design back here at the back of the piano, and it curves around, and then it also, like up front of the piano, it kind of folds back here underneath the piano, where literally nobody would see it. But it's kind of interesting that they actually went through the trouble to do that. Pianos are kind of fun when you look at little details. There's even a small little, very simple carving here on the leg, and the legs are actually relatively decorative, and you know, the small little details that nobody ever would look at. And there's even like little grooves here in the middle, the sides of the legs, and I guess only on that one side. There's small little grooves here on the back, and I guess that would be the same on the front facing the player. But there's the small little details about pianos that make them kind of fun. And here's the little teeny caster I was telling you about earlier. It's like the size of a quarter. It's really tiny. So I'm going to play a simple little melody that I wrote, and to give you an idea of what the piano sounds like, and it'll test the treble and the mid-range of the piano as well. And so let's check that out. One thing I like about this piano is how the treble really resonates throughout the rest of the piano, and I really hope that came through on the recording, but when I played some notes up here, it just really echoes throughout the rest of the piano. That's a sound that I really, really like in a piano, and that's a really cool sound. Hopefully that comes through on the recording. And another thing I noticed about this piano when I was playing it is the lyre is solid. It's like a one-piece kind of deal. Usually you have the part where the pedals stick out, and then you have two beams that come up, and you can see the rods behind it, but this one here is just a solid piece of wood. And that's another interesting thing about this piano that I just noticed just now. And there is that solid piece lyre I was talking about earlier. As you can see, it's just a solid piece of wood that I've never seen anyone do before. And behind it is the little bars that are activated by the pedals. You can hear the dampers lifting up. But it's a solid piece in front, which is kind of neat. I've never seen that before. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this video of the Chickering, roughly a 5'2" piano from 1936. It's a kind of interesting little piece. It would make a cool little practice piano or something like that. I really like it. It's there's nice things about it. It's cool. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I've got lots of cool videos about pianos. I've got videos about new pianos and old pianos and everything in between on my channel, so you can go check that out. And if you think it's subscribe worthy, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.